A state agency has released a second set of maps revising Iowa's 4 congressional districts and legislative boundaries as redistricting moves forward. As you can see, all of the northwest Iowa counties, which are in the 4th district right now, would stay in the 4th district under the proposed redistricting map released by the nonpartisan Legislative Services Agency. But the 4th district expands southward to the Missouri border, picking up 3 new counties. The district also contracts on its eastern edge, losing 5 counties in north central Iowa. This is just the latest proposal. If these latest maps are rejected by Iowa lawmakers during a special session next week, LSA will have 35 days to draw a third set of maps.
Now, the Legislative Services Agency has also released proposed maps of redistricting for the Iowa House and the Iowa Senate. And in 3 cases, the maps put 2 current Iowa lawmakers in the very same district. On the House side, in proposed district number 6, we take a look at Republican Representative Megan Jones. She lives north of Sioux Rapids. We also look at Republican Representative Gary Worthen. He would be in the same district 6 because he lives just north of Storm Lake. To make these maps, what we used were lawmakers' home addresses as they're listed on the Iowa Legislature's website, and you can see their hometowns are marked with the stars here. On the Senate side, in proposed district number 6, we're looking at Jason Schultz. He lives in Schleswig, Iowa, here, and he would also live in the same district as Republican Senator Craig Williams. He lives just south of Manning, both in the proposed 6th district. Now, in the Senate, proposed district number 4, Republican Senator Tim Kryenbrink. He lives north of Fort Dodge. He would now be put into the same district as Republican Senator Jesse Green, who lives just east of Harcourt. Again, these are just proposed maps and can be rejected by lawmakers during a special session next Thursday. But if lawmakers approve, the changes could pit 2 lawmakers from the same party in at least 3 districts against each other in the November 2022 general election.